At first glance, it seems as though the movies Colorful and The Grizzlies have little in common with each other. One is a fictional animated Japanese movie, and the other is a live-action film based on a true story in Nunavut, Canada. However, there's one central idea that both these movies have in common, and that is the theme of suicide and depression. Interestingly, even though Colorful and The Grizzlies both share this theme, the creators of the respective films deliver this message in different ways. Colorful depicts suicide through the personal journey of Makoto Kobayashi, while The Grizzlies handles the theme through the communal aspect. There are comparative and contrasting ideas with the way these movies handle the topic of suicide, and the stories they tell reflect the cultures and the times when these works were created. Before comparing the two works, it is important to have a basic understanding about what these films are about. Colorful is a Japanese animated movie produced in 2010, directed by Keiichi Hara, and it is an adaptation of a novel of the same name written by Ito Mori in 1998. The story follows the soul who died and committed a great sin, but is given a second chance at life and put into the body of Makoto Kobayashi. It turns out Makoto committed suicide, and throughout the film, the soul inside Makoto's body needs to remember what crime he committed in his past life and figure out why Makoto originally took his own. The Grizzlies is a movie produced in 2018, directed by Miranda de Pensier, based off a true story taking place in the small town of Kugluktuk, Nunavut in 2004, and is about a group of Inuit youths learning to play lacrosse. The story follows Russ Shepard, a new teacher who finds himself stuck teaching in the small town. He witnesses a dysfunctional community from the day he arrives, with multiple youth suicides in addition to alcohol and drug abuse. Russ sets up a lacrosse league to help his students and connect with the community. Both of the films use color, composition, lighting, and other elements of mise-en-scène to emphasize the depressive feelings and other mental states the characters experience. However, these two movies handle these elements in different ways, as The Grizzlies use it to highlight the current mental state of the community as a whole, but in Colorful, it is prominently used to focus on the mental state of Makoto. There are many scenes in The Grizzlies that portray the harm a community can do to the people's mental health. We can see this concept in the scenes showcasing the people's reliance on alcohol, Kyle's abusive father, and the two funerals. Everyone is surrounded by alcohol, be it the teachers such as Russ and Mike, the students, or the families. The prevalence of alcohol and drugs everywhere represents the degrading mental health of the community as a whole and the inability to fix the issue. This idea of failing to help is also represented with Kyle's relationship with his father. The community constantly turns a blind eye to Kyle's situation, as no one tries to help him even though Kyle runs away from his abusive household every day. The scenes with Kyle's father always has dark lighting, not only representing the depressing situation, but the community trying to hide the issues in the shadows. The funeral scenes are used to depict how the community as a whole grieves over the deaths caused by suicide. In essence, The Grizzlies intertwines the theme of community and the themes of suicide and depression. As the name of the film suggests, there's a heavy emphasis on the way color is used in Colorful, and it reflects a changing mental state of Makoto. The colors of the movie feel very desaturated, and even when they use colors such as red, it feels dull. There's a rejection of many brighter, uplifting colors, denying the movie from being colorful, and this is used to depict the harmful mental state that Makoto is in throughout the movie. Makoto is constantly at odds with his family as well as the situation he is put in, and the environment reflects that. Wherever he brings his damaging mindset, the lack of color follows. The family room in his house, the tunnel where Makoto confronts his crush, and even his own room, which is supposed to be a safe place, becomes dark and filled with dull colors. The only times the colors become bright and beautiful is when Makoto personally opens his heart and tries to improve his harmful thoughts and actions. The colors of the film are finally able to blossom when Makoto makes his first friend, as he tries to connect with another person for the first time in the film. He even wears the bright blue jacket his mother gave to him at the end of the film, representing that he got over the harmful thoughts of hatred he had for his mother. The Grizzlies is not able to manipulate colors in a way to solely focus on a singular character because it needs to focus on the community as a whole. In Colorful, the creators are able to change the environments in any way to represent Makoto's current thoughts, creating a very personal story about depression and suicide. Suicide and depression are very sensitive topics that some people try to shy away from, but it is crucial for everyone to understand these issues that occur all around the world. A great way people can be informed about these topics is through the art form of movies, and both of these films are able to tell a meaningful story about suicide and depression, and they portray these themes in different ways. Colorful informs the viewer about the very personal struggles, and The Grizzlies teaches the viewer about how these issues affect the community as a whole. These are both fantastic movies that everyone should watch to truly understand these problems, which are more prevalent than ever before.